What is never enough syndrome? Well, what it's not is a professional medical diagnosis. I think actually it's something that I made up. Maybe someone else made it up first. But it's that feeling when you're working in your business and you've got a to-do list of 30 things and you get 25 things done in the day, super productive day. By the end of the day, there's actually 40 things on your to-do list, and you go to bed despite your 25 things that you got done, you feel like a failure. You feel behind, you feel stressed, you feel worried about tomorrow. Feels like it wasn't enough. That is never enough syndrome. And when this goes on day in, day out, it can be really, really draining. It adds to your stress level. It makes it really hard to have good work-life balance. And I want to give you a quick tool here that can help. When this is happening, this sort of never enough syndrome, trying to get everything done on the to-do list, there's a fantasy maybe that I'm going to get everything done on the to-do list and then I'm going to feel great. I think it's really important to note that that is never going to happen. If you own a business, there's never going to be a place, there's never going to be a time where there's nothing that you could do. So if you can remove that fantasy, you're going to be a lot better off right out of the get-go. But the other thing that you can do, and this might seem controversial, this might seem paradoxical, and if it does, it's a sign that maybe you need to reinvestigate this and give this video another watch. But the second piece is what you're missing, the void you're trying to fill with accomplishment needs to be filled a different way. And to explain this, I'm going to share a distinction that there's a difference between making progress and feeling progress. And the feeling of never enough comes from a feeling that we're not making enough progress. And so the rational, subconscious, often solution is, well, I'm just going to do more stuff. But we have a finite amount of time in the day. And the thing is, if we're only feeling a fraction of that accomplishment, if we're feeling that win for a brief moment, right? You finish something off the to-do list, you get a little jolt of dopamine when you check it off the box, and then it's like forgotten and on to the next thing. We're not really actually getting much of the dopamine from that. And so we end up going and looking for more. And so how do we do that? We do more stuff. But then we run out of time, we run out of energy, and we end the day feeling like a failure, a loser, unworthy, what have you. So the solution here actually is not to do more stuff. If we're only getting 10% of the dopamine we could be getting from our victories, the solution is not to have more victories. The solution is we need to be feeling more victory from those victories. We need more of that dopamine. And so how do we do that? That's with celebration. I teach a whole corporate workshop on the science of celebration. BJ Fogg talks about it. He has at least a whole chapter and maybe more in his book. He talks about it in Tiny Habits. Celebration is critical. And it's a skill, learning how to celebrate our victories and actually feel it. And you can ask yourself this question right now: for how long do I allow myself to feel good after a victory, big or small? How long do you actually let yourself feel good? And if the answer is not very long, this might be a place to look. And so rather than trying to work on making more progress, you can increase your energy, your excitement, and as a result, your performance by improving your ability to feel your progress. And this is something I work with my clients. It's one of the 4 main things I work with on my one-to-one clients. It's something that we incorporate every single time in the 5 a.m. challenge. No matter what challenge I'm creating, there's a strong component of celebration. Every day my participants are celebrating. And not only that, but not only are they celebrating every day, but we have activities specifically designed around celebrating. And in the workshops that I teach, we have a whole activity just unpacking the different obstacles people have around celebrating. There's a lot of personal development work to be done there, but it can be fun. And so, to recap this video, if you are feeling like you can't seem to get enough done in the day, my question for you is, for how long do you let yourself feel good after an accomplishment? And see if you can celebrate those victories more and get more dopamine and feelings of progress as opposed to just trying to make more progress. I think you're going to end up being a lot happier. You're going to make smarter decisions in your business. You're going to have more energy left over for creative problem solving, your relationships, and your health. Hope that helps. As always, don't forget to fill your cup first.